5 years ago, I had no confidence at all. I was quiet, shy, and always afraid of talking to people. I avoided conversations whenever I could. Even simple things like saying hello made my heart beat fast. I felt like everyone around me was better, smarter, and more confident than me. At that time, I was a student in a small college. I went to classes, took notes, and returned home without speaking to anyone. Day after day, my life felt the same. I had no close friends, no clear goals, and no excitement for the future. Deep inside, I knew something was wrong. I was not happy with who I had become. One evening, I was sitting alone in my room, scrolling through social media. I saw people sharing their achievements, their happy moments, their confident smiles. I compared my life to theirs, and I felt small. Very small. That night, I asked myself a simple question. Do I really want to live like this forever? The answer was no. That moment became the turning point of my life. The next morning, I decided to make a small change. Not a big one, just something simple. I told myself, today I will talk to one person. It sounded easy, but for me, it was one of the hardest things in the world. When I reached college, I saw a girl sitting alone in the classroom. My heart started racing. My mind was full of fear. What if she ignores me? What if I say something wrong? What if I embarrass myself? I almost walked away. But then I remembered my decision. Slowly, I walked toward her and said, "Hi." That was it, just one word. She looked at me, smiled, and said, "Hi." We talked for only 2 minutes. It was a simple conversation, but for me, it felt like a huge victory. That day, I realized something powerful. Fear becomes smaller when you face it. After that day, I started taking small steps every day. I talked to one new person, then another. Sometimes the conversations were good, sometimes they were awkward, but I kept trying. I also started working on myself. Every night, I would think about my day. What did I do well? What could I improve? I wrote my thoughts in a notebook. It became a habit. At first, I noticed many mistakes. I spoke too softly. I avoided eye contact. I ran out of words quickly. But instead of feeling bad, I used these mistakes as lessons. Curiously, I also started learning from others. In college, there were some students who were very confident. They spoke clearly, made people laugh, and seemed comfortable in every situation. I observed them carefully. How did they start conversations? How did they keep talking? How did they smile and use body language? At home, I practiced in front of a mirror. I tried to speak clearly and confidently. It felt strange at first, but slowly I improved. I also watched videos and listened to English stories to improve my language skills. Progress. Step by step, I was changing. Practical. Another important change I made was managing my time. Honestly, before, I spent hours watching random videos and playing games. It made me feel good for a short time, but later I felt empty. So I decided to reduce those habits. Organized. Instead, I created a simple daily plan. Clear. Study for a few hours, practice speaking English, talk to people, learn something new. Realistic. I did not follow it perfectly every day, but I tried my best. Satisfied. And that was enough. Serious. There were still difficult days. Tired. Sometimes I felt tired. Sometimes I failed. Sometimes I wanted to give up. Emotional. I remember one day when I tried to join a group conversation. I said something and no one responded. Everyone continued talking as if I was not there. Soft. I felt invisible. Sad. That night I felt very sad. Resilient. But instead of quitting, I asked myself, what can I learn from this? Determined. The next day, I tried again. Steady. And again. Steady. And again. Hopeful. Slowly, things started to change. Positive. People began to recognize me. Some of them smiled when they saw me. A few of them even started conversations with me. Warm. For the first time, I felt included. Happy. I also made my first real friend. Connection. We studied together, shared ideas, and supported each other. Having someone to talk to made a big difference in my life. Growth. My confidence was growing. Focused. At the same time, I focused on improving my skills. Logical. I knew that confidence alone was not enough. I needed knowledge and abilities too. Determined. So I worked hard on my studies. Curious. When I didn't understand something, I asked questions. When others solved problems faster than me, I learned from them. Positive. I stopped comparing myself in a negative way. Instead, I used others as inspiration. Belief. If they can do it, I can learn it too. Firm. That became my mindset. Transition. After finishing college, I faced a new challenge, finding a job. Nervous. At first, I was nervous again. Fearful. Interviews scared me. Confident. But this time, I was different. Prepared. I prepared myself. Focused. I practiced answering questions. I improved my communication. I reminded myself of how far I had come. Honest. My first few interviews were not successful. Determined. But I did not give up. Hopeful. Finally, one day, I got an opportunity. Reflective. I still remember that interview clearly. Calm. I was nervous, but I stayed calm. Confident. I spoke clearly. I smiled. I answered honestly. Proud. When it ended, I felt proud of myself no matter the result. Anticipation. A few days later, I received a message. Excited. I got the job. Amazed. I couldn't believe it. Transformational. That job changed my life. Positive. I started working with amazing people. I learned new skills every day. I became more confident in meetings and conversations. Growth. I also continued improving myself. Driven. Even after achieving my goal, I did not stop. Focused. I set new goals. Bright. Today, my life is completely different. Happy. I have good friends. I can talk to people without fear. I enjoy learning and growing. Strong. Most importantly, I believe in myself. Realistic. But the journey is not over. Honest. I still make mistakes. I still feel nervous sometimes. I still have things to improve. Calm. And that's okay. Wise. Because growth never stops. Encouraging. If you're listening to this story and feel like you have no confidence, I want to tell you something. Gentle. You are not alone. Firm. And more importantly, powerful. You can change. Motivational. Start with small steps. Soft. Say hello to someone. Learn one new word. Practice for a few minutes every day. Strong. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Action. Take action now. Remember this. Clear. Confidence is not something you're born with. Powerful. It's something you build. Steady. Day by day, step by step. Strong. Your past does not define you. Firm. Your fears do not control you. Inspiring. Your future is in your hands. Hopeful. One day, you will look back and realize how far you have come. Soft. Just like I did. Emotional. From zero confidence to a dream life.